Humble obeisances to you all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining His Holiness Chandramauli Swami Maharaj's daily class. Today is Tuesday and we are continuing our Chaitanya Charitamrita class on the chapter on Adi Lila, chapter number 7, verse number 25. Hare Krishna Maharaj, my humble obeisances to you. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Maharaj, I'll share my screen with the verse, Maharaj. Are you able to see my screen?
No, it's not up yet. Let me see. See, I'm still stuck on gallery. I can't go beyond that.
Unstable. Just at the moment it dropped. Yeah. Are you able to see now?
Where are you? Srimati, where are you?
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, where are you now?
I'm sharing.
Where's your location? Where are you?
Hare Krishna, I'm in my native place, Maharaj.
Oh, okay.
I'm in Karnool, Maharaj, near Hyderabad.
Okay.
Are you able to see my screen, Maharaj? I'm sharing.
I'm trying to see. I can't get a full screen. All I can get is a partial screen here. I can't. I got half gallery, half screen here.
You can change the view, Maharaj. But how to? Hare
Yeah,
Krishna, can anyone help, Maharaj? Got it?
I got it now.
Okay.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vindam Uchalila Prema Vanya Chaldika Vedaya Sri Vridha Balaka Yuva Sambare Dubaya. The flood of love of Godhead swelled in all directions. And thus young men, old men, women, and children were all immersed in that inundation. When the contents of the storehouse of love of God is thus distributed, there is a powerful inundation that covers the entire land. In Sridham Mayapur, there is sometimes a great flood after the rainy season. This is an indication that from the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya, the inundation of love of God should be spread all over the world, for this will help everyone, including old men, young men, women, and children. The entire Krishna conscious movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so powerful that it can inundate the entire world and interest all classes of men in the subject of love of Godhead. Om Agyan Timirandasya Ganajana Salakaya Chaksun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guru Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pacharine Nirvasesa Sunyavari Pastyatya Desatarane Vanchakalpa Tarubhischa Kripa Sindhupe Bacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here is the indication of the effects of the Harinam Sankirtan movement. And that anyone who has a little bit of sukriti, piety, and comes in contact with this movement will be affected. This movement is, as it says here, so powerful that it can inundate the entire world and interest all classes of men in the subject of love of God. Once one tastes just a drop of that happiness of transcendental love, which comes by the process of the Harinam Sankirtan movement, one is afflicted and affected in a way that they will never forget, even though they may not continue. And then at some point they'll pick up again. This movement is orchestrated by the Supreme Lord himself for the special mercy of the whole world. You'll see that there are times throughout history when there are great calamities where the whole world is plunged into darkness usually by pestilence, some kind of epidemic. In the Middle Ages, there was an epidemic where 50 million people died in that epidemic. So the whole world was affected at that time. And now we have more communication, so people are more connected with each other. So both the calamities in the world are shared by everyone more often. Excuse me. And the opposite, then when something is as powerful as the Sankirtan movement goes through the airways and into the streets, people will be affected in a positive way, and they'll take up Krishna consciousness. And so it is our duty to push it forward. And the legacy of becoming a devotee of this movement is that one is required to take the mercy that one is given and to distribute it to others. In the Christian tradition, there is a thing called the Ten Commandments. And the first and foremost commandment is to love thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy might. And the second commandment is to love one's neighbor as oneself. So that second commandment is connected to the first commandment in the sense that one's love for oneself is one's good fortune, in the sense that whatever has brought success and happiness into your life, you're meant to share that with others. This movement is called Paropaka. That means it's meant to do good to the entire world. Therefore, every man, woman, and child in this movement is meant in some way or other to become Krishna conscious and to give Krishna consciousness to others. And that is Lord Chaitanya's decree. He says, I have so many fruits of love of God, but I am only one person. I'm tasting it and I'm distributed, but how much can I distribute? So please help me. Taste it yourself and give it out to others. So if we can become saturated with the mercy of Lord Chaitanya in the form of the Harinam Sankirtan movement, then it's our inviolable duty to share it with others. And if we don't share it with others, there is a tendency to lose it. Just like there's a saying, unused knowledge is like a pot of water with a crack in it. The crack will cause the water to seep out. So when you have knowledge, but you don't use it, you'll gradually lose it. The knowledge expands and grows and becomes beneficial both to the person who has it and to the person who gives it by distributing this mercy. So if we want to really taste the happiness of Krishna consciousness on the highest level, become Krishna conscious and give it to others. And while you're becoming Krishna conscious, give it to others. That is our legacy. And this movement is meant to benefit the whole world. Devotees are not happy with their own success in spiritual life. They feel somewhat dissatisfied because they want more and more people to connect. And the more you can bring others into Krishna consciousness, the happier you feel. They will benefit eternally, and Krishna will be very satisfied with that devotee. So here, this is our movement to distribute this flood of love of God. And as it says here, it starts in the entire land of Mayapur. Sometimes there's a great flood after the rainy season. That means the flood of love of God started from that area and has now expanded outward into the avenues of the other countries. And soon, more and more people will take it. This movement cannot be stopped. It's not possible. No armies, no governments, nothing can stop this movement. They can cause some distress. They can try to stop it, but they can't stop it. Prabhupada was talking about that today. I was listening to his lecture. He says nothing can stop this movement. It is orchestrated by the Supreme Lord himself. It will spread throughout the world. And then he said, even if they try to stop it, they can't. But even if they are successful in stopping it in certain areas, then the devotees, he said, can sit down anywhere and chant Hare Krishna, and Krishna will take care of them. No problem. So this movement is Lord Chaitanya's mercy upon the entire world. The Lord decided to show mercy to the entire population of the Earth planet. And because he did, he is empowering his devotees who are fully surrendered to distribute this. And hundreds and hundreds of people every day are coming in contact with this movement. And many are actually taking it up seriously and becoming full-time practicing devotees. So pretty soon you'll see, Prabhupada said, our movement will be successful when the judges in the courtrooms will be wearing tilak. You'll see that someday if you live that long. I don't know how long it'll take, but It's destined to happen. So you can watch it and not be a part of it and get hardly any benefit from it. But if you take part of it, it's exciting. It's history in the making. It's a revolution in spirituality that is meant to be distributed throughout the world. So think and act there's so many ways that each and every living being can get involved with spreading this movement. And when you do that, you'll understand, oh yes, this is Krishna consciousness. Because our movement is meant to be spread throughout the whole world. That is the desire of the Supreme Lord, and he will make it happen. But it'll happen as fast or as slow as we take it up. But it'll happen. So it's a great opportunity to get the full mercy of the Supreme Lord, dive deeper into the process of Krishna consciousness, chant the holy names, read Srimad Bhagavatam, chant, dance, take prasadam, and discuss wonderful philosophy that is above this material philosophy, which this spiritual philosophy opens up the windows into the spiritual world where you can actually see the spiritual world through transcendental knowledge. Okay, go on to the next verse. Sajjana Durjana Pangujara Andaganam Prema Vanyaya Dubaila Jagatera Jana. The Krishna conscious movement will inundate the entire world and drown everyone, whether one be a gentleman, a rogue, or even lame, invalid, or blind. Here again, it may be emphasized that although jealous rascals protest that Europeans and Americans cannot be given the sacred thread or sannyas, there is no need even to consider whether one is a gentleman or a rogue, because this is a spiritual movement which is not concerned with the external body of skin and bones. Because it is being properly conducted under the guidance of the Panchatattva, strictly following the regulative principles, it has nothing to do with external impediments. So again, the emphasis on that there is no external impediment in spreading Krishna consciousness. It will inundate the entire world. This is written by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, a self-realized person. And he's saying Panchatattva is guiding this, and this is a fact. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda, the absolute truth, has manifested in 5 forms: the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his expansion, his incarnation, his pure devotee, and his internal spiritual energy. 5 manifestations of the absolute truth, which are still personally present here today, guiding in conducting this movement and empowering devotees to take it up in a fully absorbed way. There are devotees who spend their whole day just thinking how to spread this movement. Srila Prabhupada was like that. And it says here, there is no limit. Anyone, everyone from any country, any age, blind, invalid, lame, Mukan karoti vachalam, pangun lagate girim, yat kripa paraham mande, sigurun tidatarinum. That by the mercy of the spiritual master, a blind man can see the stars, a lame man can cross mountains, A deaf man can recite beautiful poetry. This movement is empowering so many devotees to do wonderful things in the way of giving the mercy to others. People from all walks of life are taking to Krishna consciousness. If you go to Mayapur, especially during the Gaur Purnima festival, which we are asked to do by Lord Chaitanya, you'll see that there are people from practically every country of the world, even China, who are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So again, this is a tribute to the success of this movement. But as I say, it can go as fast or as slow, depending on how much the devotees surrender to Lord Chaitanya's desire. But even if it goes slow, it'll happen. But if it goes fast, it'll happen even quicker. And that's what we want. We want to see the whole world chanting and dancing. Okay, next verse. Jagat dubila jivera hoila bijanas tata deki pancha genera paraman ulas. When the 5 members of the Panchatattva saw the entire world drowned in love of Godhead and the seed of material enjoyment of living entities completely enjoyed, they all became exceedingly happy. Let's see. Okay, instead of going into this verse, it's quite long, the purport. We'll save that for next time. So again, Panchatattva is becoming happy when they see this movement spreading everywhere and anywhere. It's a very long purport, so we'll save that for the upcoming time. So we'll open it up to discussion. Now think about what you want to ask and ask the question. Give an opinion about what you heard. Think of ways that how you can become part of Lord Chaitanya's mercy to the fallen conditioned souls. We are all related to each other, although we make this artificial division based on the body. This is my family, this is my country, this is my culture. This is all illusion. Every living entity is part and parcel of Krishna, and every living entity is eternally connected to Krishna. And therefore, we are all connected to each other through Krishna. So when we see that, we don't see any difference between you and me. To see any difference between you and someone else is to see material, because we are all the same. The bodies have no meaning, but because we identify with this meaning, we make these false divisions. But every soul is part and parcel of Krishna. Every soul is related to each other and related to each other through Krishna. When we don't put Krishna in the main part of our relationship, we make these false ideas. This is my country, this is my family, this is mine. Janasamoham yamaham mameti. This is all the moha. Moha means illusion. We are connected with each other, and that connection is Krishna. And if a brother or a sister sees one of their brothers and sisters disobeying the father, they want to bring their friend or their brother and sister back. So they do something to say, your father is really missing you. And he really loves you very much. And they think of ways to bring that family member back. So everyone's your family. You may not realize it, but it is. It's a fact. And Vidya Vinaya Sampane Gavani Havi Hastini Suni Chaiva Swaparkecha Pandita Samadarshanaha. One who sees the soul outside of the body actually sees. Even the ants, the insects, the trees, the plants, the birds, all life is part and parcel of Krishna. There is no difference. Bodily structure causes us to think in terms of division. We make this division only for the sake of activity, but actually there is no division. So when you serve someone else, you're actually serving yourself because you're connected to that person. There's no difference. That's pure consciousness, but that is the reality. Reality is pure consciousness. And as Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, when you thus learn the truth, you'll know that all living beings are my parts and parcels. They're in me and they are mine. Aham bija, padapita. All living entities have one common father. Krishna is our father and the earth is our mother. Mother provides everything we need to live in this world, and Father gives us life, and He gives us all of the success of life when we come connect with Him eternally in loving service. We love our fathers in this world, but how long will that relationship last? Our real Father is eternally there. He will never leave us. Even if we leave Him, He still will be with us, trying to remind us what we are, where our connection with Him is eternal. Okay, so.
Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you so much. Maharaj, may I request you to tilt your laptop screen little bit? We are not able to see you completely. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
Dear devotees, any questions or comments or realizations? You can please go ahead now. Such a wonderful topic. Please turn on your cameras wherever you are, if you can. And if you can't unmute yourself, you can type in the chat window. I can read it for you. Yes, thank you so much, Mara. Such a wonderful topic today. So my small realization is like, after seeing so much done by devotees all over in the yatras, I feel very insignificant. I feel that I'm not doing anything to contribute towards Krishna consciousness movement. I'm just enjoying the fruits. I'm not giving anything. I'm just feeling I feel like lot of things have to be done. I'm not in anything in spreading Krishna consciousness. That's the feeling I have very strongly, Guru Maharaj. So
Yeah, that's a good feeling. That will inspire us to do more, to want to do more. Prabhupada also says you'll make advancement in Krishna consciousness by how much you take on responsibility to spread this movement. So take on responsibility. You're taking on responsibilities to host this program. You're also taking on the responsibility to organize other people to host the program. So that is service. So, but we also think, yeah, it's so insignificant. But we should think, oh, yes, I can always do more.
yes.
But as long as you're trying to do more, Krishna will see, or try to do better, whatever whatever way you're doing, Krishna will be pleased with that. Yeah, we should think of how to serve.
Yes, Maharaj, trying my best. Yes. Thank you, Maharaj. Anantasesh Prabhu, want to unmute and.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisance at your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you, all glories to all Vaishnavas everywhere. Maharaj, to give my opinion as well on the topic, I feel along the same lines what Mataji has mentioned. It feels so insignificant that we haven't done much to spread Prabhupada's mission. Definitely, there is a lot more that we could do and we could achieve. But there is a couple of questions, but one thing that struck me based on what I heard earlier when you were talking about relationships. In Kurukshetra, Sri Krishna, Lord Krishna has actually given us the instruction of Bhagavad Gita. Right? He first instructed that to Arjuna. Arjuna was enlightened. He got all the message that you're not the body, you're the spirit soul. That's the main message that we all understand as it is, right? But during the course of the war, he actually issues a challenge that he would kill Jayadratha as soon as he hears that his son Abhimanyu was killed by the Kauravas. So, no, having all of that knowledge, he still was succumbed to anger. At least in my materialistic view, that's how I understand it. How do we interpret that? When he was knowledgeable, when he had all of the knowledge from the Bhagavad Gita, instructed by Krishna himself, he still issued a challenge out of anger and love for his son.
Well, he's a fighter. You can't fight unless you're angry. It's not possible to fight without waxing anger. But if you know the story, he was Abhimanyu was unfairly killed.
Yes.
They didn't give him a chance. He was a 16-year-old boy, and they put a Chaturvyuha around him where he couldn't get out, and there were 7 Maharathis.
Yes.
He was fighting against the greatest of all fighters. And they were actually so happy to see how expert he was fighting. But somehow Jayadratha did something, I don't know. It was Jayadratha that maybe locked him into that Chaturvyuha where he couldn't get out. And then, in other words, they killed him unfairly. That was a fact.
Yes,
He was killed unfairly. So yeah, so it would be natural for anyone, what to speak of one's own son, if it was killed unfairly. So yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with the way Arjuna acted. Not at all.
Should we consider? Sorry,
that Krishna helped him. If you know the story, the fighting usually goes, he said, I will kill Jayadratha today, and if I don't, I will enter into the fire and give up my life. He made that vow. And so the Kauravas put Jayadratha all the way on the other side of the battlefield with some of the greatest soldiers around. And when Arjuna was fighting with full force, he was cutting through all of these soldiers. But the sun was going down. And the rule is when the sun goes down, the fighting stops. Can't fight after that. And so they put him 28 miles, the battlefield was 28 miles long. They put him 28 miles away from the beginning of the fight. And Arjuna fought like he had never fought before. And he was just cutting through all of the powerful soldiers. But then the sun was going down, it was getting late. And Krishna was driving his chariot. And at one point, the sun went down, and all of the Kauravas just cheered. Now Arjuna will enter the fire. But what happened was Krishna covered the sun and made it seem like the sun went down, but it didn't go down. And that gave the impression that the sun went down, but it didn't. That was Krishna's mystic power. He covered the sun with clouds to make it seem like, and they stopped fighting. And then Krishna tells Arjuna, go get him now. So then he went right to Jayadratha and killed him. And the Kauravas were shocked because they thought that Arjuna had broke all the rules. But then Krishna pulled away the mystic power and the sun was still shining. Kotiyat pradijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. My devotee will never perish. So Krishna jumped in there and did the work of fooling the Kauravas, so they stopped guarding Jayadratha. Otherwise, Arjuna would have never been able to kill him. So if you think that he acted wrongly, then you have to blame Krishna then. Because
no, Maharaj. No.
Because Krishna helped him in a way that was, you might say unfair, because they killed Aniruddha. I mean, what was his name? Aniruddha, what's his name? The son of.
Then we can see. Then we know, whether it's trickery, whether it's
Abhimanyu. They killed him unfairly. So Krishna used his tricks to unfairly kill Jayadratha. Prabhupada said, when you're dealing with cheaters, cheat.
Yes.
You can't be honest with cheaters. So
Thank you, Maharaj.
Arjuna was, rightly situated, and Krishna showed how he favored his devotee.
Thank you, Maharaj. I was just trying to understand if that was just material influence, or was it because it's natural for a warrior and a father to react that way? Of course, he was a pure devotee of Krishna, so Krishna definitely helped him.
Even if he wasn't the father, people would be angry because
Yes.
they cheated to kill him. Wasn't a fair fight.
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj.
They broke the rules.
Yeah.
Because of that, Abhimanyu was killed. And it was Jayadratha that arranged the whole thing.
Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Thank you. Thank you, Maharaj. We have a question on chat by Brajahari Prabhu. He's asking, Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to you and all Vaishnavas. Whilst we intellectually understand that we are all connected on a soul level with a common father, but in practice is something we forget. How can we imbibe and transform our consciousness in our daily life?
We're all connected to a common father, but we're what?
But we in practice we forget that we are connected with we are Krishna conscious, or we are connected through a common father.
No.
How can we imbibe and transform our consciousness?
Forget, that means you're in Maya. You have to remember. Forgetfulness is a sign of ignorance. That means your Krishna consciousness hasn't developed. You haven't matured in your Krishna consciousness. You're still on a material level. Even if you can't come to the platform of realizing it, at least you can theoretically understand it. Yes, I'm connected. Everyone is a family member. Even if you don't realize it, still, if you understand it through Guru, through Shastra, like that. So if we don't stay with theory, we won't get to realization, because theory is preliminary. Like we have a theoretical understanding that we're not this body. We haven't realized it yet, but at least we know I'm not this body. So that's the foundation for coming to the point of understanding, yes, I'm not this body. But if we don't even accept the theory level or can't act on the theory level, then you'll never get the understanding. So yeah. One who sees oneself in another actually sees. To see yourself in someone else is to actually see. Our differences are only material. Our common interests and our common identity is the real identity, the real interest. In the spiritual world, all living entities, they also have different forms, but they're all serving Krishna, and they all have loving relationships with each other also. Because on the spiritual platform, everyone loves everyone. On the material platform, we may not be able to show our love as we do with people who are close to us, but at the same time, we should understand, just like it says, that a devotee, when they see the unhappiness of another, they feel unhappy also. And when they see another person happy, they also feel happy. That's Krishna conscious. So you might think that's really high stuff. Yeah, it is. But that's the reality. Unless you have an understanding of the reality, you'll never achieve it.
Yes,
Even
Maharaj,
if you, when you go to school, you don't graduate on the first day. It's a process of learning. We have Shakshi there. Look at her; she's glowing now. She was at the yatra. She was a member of a team of 200 ladies. There were 200 ladies every day making chapatis from 4:30 a.m. to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They made 20,000 chapatis every day.
Hari Bol.
Chapatis. She's more blissful than she's ever been.
Wonderful. Yes, Maharaj, I met her in the yatra. Yeah. Yeah, very inspiring, Sakshi Mataji.
No, I mean, it wasn't easy, but at the same time, when you surrender, then you understand how Krishna gives his mercy. Can you imagine starting your service at 4:30 in the morning every day,
Yes,
and then
Maharaj.
going all the way up to 2 in the afternoon just doing chapatis for like 10 hours or something? There was about 200 ladies there, Shakshi, about that many?
Guru Maharaj, Hare Krishna, my humble thanks. There were 100 plus ladies
Up
in the
400?
chapati making area.
How
100,
many?
100 plus ladies.
100.
100. 100 plus.
100. Rolling, cooking.
Yeah, nice.
100
Yeah.
ladies working 10 hours. Just making chapatis. When I saw Shakshi there, I thought, wow, she finally made it. She looks
Nothing
so.
would have been possible without your mercy, Guru Maharaj. So sorry because of you.
It was nectar. Everyone, the kitchen was unbelievable. 3,500 preparations for Govardhan Hill. 3,500 preparations. And just 2 days later, for Prabhupada's disappearance, they did 1,500 preparations. After doing 3,500 2 days before. Amazing. The kitchen was just like unbelievable.
Yeah.
You had to be there to see it. You couldn't just try to understand it without being there. It's just amazing.
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah. Sridevi Mataji has a comment. She is listening online and she couldn't join Zoom. So she's commenting that she's very much inspired by this verse, which we had today, Maharaj. She's saying that I want to preach more and better. Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah, that's the way we should feel. And if you want to do that, Krishna will help you.
Mm.
It's not like it's just you. Krishna will help you. You'll get opportunities. You'll get opportunities that'll just come automatically without you even trying for them.
Mm. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Any other questions, comments?
So when I have a question, Maharaj. So when we are talking about feeling for others and like seeing like brotherly relationship or having compassion, so how much compassionate we should be? Like we definitely we feel bad or we feel sad that people around us are not taking up in Krishna consciousness, but we have to discriminate too, right? To understand like how much we can go forward with them in preaching. So is it really necessary to discriminate the people around you and give Krishna consciousness, or how to do that, Maharaj?
Yeah, well, you'll see. I mean, there's different ways to understand that the answer to that question. I mean, for if you're preaching philosophy, those who are taking it, then you give more and more and more. Those who are not taking it, then you might think of other ways to inspire them in Krishna consciousness through prasadam, through kirtan. But when it's philosophy, then it's a little different. Then you have to discriminate and not waste your time for people who don't want it. There's always somebody out there who wants it.
Mhm.
Find those people. If you give classes, you don't have to worry so much. Just set up programs where you speak. Some will take, some won't take, but at least you can continue to preach in that atmosphere. Have home programs, have Bhakti Vriksha programs, like that. When you go to the temples, there's a mixture of people who come for different reasons.
Yes, Maharaj.
But if you're good and you are fixed in what you want to say, generally people will be interested. Now you have to practice. Preaching doesn't come automatically. It takes some time to develop it. But if you
Yes,
hear, learn from others, you start to see where you're the most effective in reaching people.
Yes, Maharaj. Okay. Yes, got it, Maharaj. Thank you so much.
Hey,
Dear devotees, any more questions or comments?
just give a few more minutes. I think we're going to get some more
Yes.
questions.
Yeah. I don't see anything on chat also. Dear devotees,
Maybe not.
yes, Maharaj. Can we chant a round of japa before ending the class, Maharaj?
Yeah.
Dear devotees, this is a very important topic. You can ask, like, how to spread Krishna consciousness in your own way. Guru Maharaj will give you a lot of tips.
Okay, we can chat.
Yes, Maharaj. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Jai Shri Krishna, Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivas, Hari Gaur Bhaktivinoda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Ram Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Hari 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hari 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hari 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari Ram, Hari Hari Hari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hari 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hari 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 Ram, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari Hari. Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hari 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 Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hari 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hari 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 Ram, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Ram.
Maharaj has left the call. So thank you so much, everyone. See you all again tomorrow. We'll meet with the Srimad Bhagavatam class tomorrow. Thank you so much, everyone. Hare Krishna, Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindabhyo Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji,
Thank you.
thank you.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.